What's going on, everybody? I'm going to give this autofocus a chance to pick it up. Perfect. My name is Nicholas Ayers. Welcome to Friday Feedback here inside of Made You Look Video Marketing. Friday Feedback is a cool little feature that we're going to attempt to do every single week here inside the group, where on Monday, I'm going to put a post out asking you, the community, to post a link to a video that you've done in the past, that you've recently just done. It doesn't matter what the purpose is for. A video clip that you would like feedback on, my feedback. Now, let me just say one thing. I am not the end-all, be-all God of video and what works and what doesn't work. I do think that I have maybe some insight to this very topic, so I'm going to do my best, but understand that just because I have a subjective opinion doesn't mean that that's exactly how it should be done, the way it should be done. I'm simply addressing it from what I would do different, if that makes sense. So, today, our first video is Dan Witzke. He posted a video on the thread that I posted on Monday, and he wanted feedback on it. And the title of his video is, Do you think insurance is sexy? Well, yeah, of course I do. But let me just address the white elephant just in this really quick. Here's my take on just the title before we get into the video. Do I think insurance is sexy? What do I think about that as a title? I think that on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as if I was grading that, I probably would give that a 5. Now, no one likes to be provocative as much as I do. I love provocative titles. I think they're fantastic. You know, we talk about clickbait and it being a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. I mean, if you make content and nobody really cares about it, is that really a good thing? No. So, here's my opinion. I don't think it's provocative enough. I don't think it's provocative enough. I mean, if you're going to use the word sexy in your title, I mean, that's meant to get people to pay attention, right? It's made to get people to want to watch it or take action or click on it or whatever you want to call it. I think if you're going to go that route, go all in with that route. So if I were titling this, do you think insurance is sexy? I would say, here's how I would say it. I'm gonna make insurance, watch me make insurance sexy. Or what? I'm gonna make, you get the idea. I'm trying to make this more provocative, push the boundaries a little bit more on this. I think that would help you. Let's make insurance sexy, or I'm about to sex up some insurance. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff against the wall. These are probably really bad ideas, but I think you get the point as to where I'm going. I mean, if you're gonna be provocative, be provocative. Let's also address another thing before we get into the video. Let's talk about the caption on the video. I think you did a good thing by putting your email address in there, but in the caption, there's really no decisive call to action. Here's what I would do different. If you don't already, I would have a written blog article regarding this topic, and I would put that link in the caption to the video. I would have some sort of call to action. If you don't want a written blog article, put a link there to where people can subscribe to something else, or challenge them, give them a call to action, give your viewer something to do, give them a next step, give them something that they can accomplish, whether it's a subscription, whether it's leaving their email on a particular form, whether it's driving them to a blog article. You want to give your viewer something else, and in this piece, there's really nothing. They watch the video, they float away. What do they do next? So having a clear, concise, direct call to action in your YouTube caption, I think, is very, very smart. The other thing I want to address is you mentioned that you posted this on Facebook, Instagram, and I see it here on YouTube. I'm going to assume you did this, but if you did not, I would challenge you and anybody else who makes video content, whether they post it to YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, MySpace, Friendster, Napster, LimeWire, I don't care, any platform, any social media platform that takes video, you need to make sure you upload that directly and natively is the term the gurus use. Upload that natively to that social media platform. So if you're posting it to Facebook, post it as a Facebook video. If you're posting it to LinkedIn, post it as a LinkedIn video. Do not post a YouTube link in LinkedIn. Do not post it as a Facebook post. That's really bad practice. Not only does Facebook adversely go against that content, I mean, it's just, it's not a pleasant experience for the viewer to have to click on a different link. They should be able to watch that video natively. Okay, rant over. Let's get into the video.
Today I want to talk about insurance. Whoa, don't close the video. I know people don't like hearing about insurance, or talking about insurance, or even the word insurance itself. But insurance plays such a huge role in planning for and protecting your goals. The chances of someone becoming critically ill or disabled is huge. The odds are alarming. And get this, the chances of someone passing away is 100%. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but everybody's going to pass away one day. I find people ignore the thought or planning for it as if they ignore it, they'll somehow escape death. I don't get it. To me, that's like driving along and you see the check engine light come on and you choose to ignore it, maybe even put a piece of tape over it. It's not going to fix the problem. When it comes to financial planning, you want to prepare for the worst but hope for the best. A good way to think about insurance is not what it is, but what it does. It becomes a promise for your business, a promise for your family, your legacy. When that check engine light comes on, don't put a piece of tape over it.
Dan, bang up job, my man. Way to make it happen. Way to implement, way to take a step out and to do something. I think what you did was awesome. Now, let's talk about some of the things I really liked about the video. Let's address, number one, the color background. He went with a bright yellow background, and I'm just going to say this. Traditionally, white guys like me and Dan don't do very well on yellow backgrounds. There's not enough contrast. But this looks really, really good. I think that having a simple, straightforward background and a bright color like yellow in this video makes a lot of sense. It's simple, your attention isn't so much on the background, even though it captures your attention, but you're focused in on Dan and what he's saying. I think that's fantastic. But here's a problem with the content that I just watched. You know, we talked about Dan's title being, I'm gonna make insurance sexy. Nowhere in his content did he address sex or sexiness or anything whatsoever. I mean, you gotta make it consistent. You gotta make the headline and the content and why people clicked on that content. There has to be a consistency factor, because now they're just confused. I mean, I clicked on this because it was provocative. I clicked on this because you talked about sex, right? Sex sells. It gets people to take action. But nowhere in the content do you even mention that. I think there has to be some consistency. You gotta get like all Belle Biv DeVoe on it. You gotta be like, ooh. TikTok, you don't stop. If you're gonna talk about sex in your title, talk about sex in your content. If you're gonna talk about anything in your title, talk about it in your content. The next one is a little ticky-tack, but Dan, you're a little off center. I would position you more in the center of your clip so that you don't look like you're out of balance. These are just little techniques and little things that are just very subtle to the mind. You want to be positioned in the center. The other thing I can notice is that I think your camera angle is like a little, I think your camera is not really like centered. I mean, it's kind of funky. You're kind of, I would back out the lens just a little bit, right? Back it out just a little bit, get more of a waist, or maybe just a few inches. I don't think you're that far off. Get a few inches out, because what is happening is you're this close and your hands are kind of coming up like this. You see? You know, you can't really, if people like me, and I'm guilty of this, I talk with my hands. If I'm just kind of doing it like this and you can just kind of see the fingers, you know, it doesn't really express the emotion of what really works with talking with your hands. It doesn't really do it justice. So what I would do is I would back it out a little bit, let people see your movement a little bit more, and talk. Now, of course, I'm not centered in my own clip. That's because I have things like this monitor and this light and this over here that kind of balance the whole shot out. In our paid curriculum course that's coming out in August, we're going to talk more about those types of specifics. But for the time being, I would make content in this, if you just have a simple basic background, be more in the middle, be a little backed out, and don't be afraid to talk with your hands and come out to the camera, right? Get their attention, right? It's like a magic show. The more you kind of go out with your thing, the more you kind of go out with your movement and less out like this, the more you can kind of pull people in. So don't be afraid to do that. Back out a little bit. The other thing I would strongly suggest in your content is there's a lot of breaks. You want to have, I think, to help the eye movement, help people stay engaged, I would have some cuts. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in Premiere or Final Cut Pro or Windows Movie Maker or iMovie or whatever it is that you're using to edit, I would have more cuts. Again, preference only. Because what you don't want to have happen is you don't want to have speech like this. Hi, my name is Nicholas Ayers with I-80 Insurance and Major League Video Marketing. I think that you should do insurance with me because I want to help you out with your insurance. And it doesn't work. Here's a better way of doing it. Hi, my name is Nicholas Ayers with I-80 Insurance and Major League Video Marketing. I think it would be awesome if you gave me the opportunity to present a proposal to you for your personal insurance protection because I think we can do some really good things together. If you act right now and fill out this form on this page, I'll be able to present multiple offers with multiple carriers with multiple levels of protection to help you find what best works for your needs. You see, you create these cuts, and the best way to do it in your editing program is to just take a few seconds off, or a second off of the end and a second off of the beginning off of two clips and butt them together so that there's better jump cuts. All in all, I love the length. I love the content. I would just work on making some consistent, parallels between your title and the content. Move your position on screen a little bit. Post natively to social media and give people a clear call to action. This has been a fun episode of Feedback Friday. Look for the post every Monday. Post your link. I'll do my best to share what I think worked really, really well and what I think can be improved on. If you have any questions, give us a call. Don't give us a call. I'm so used to saying that. Don't give us a call. I don't have a phone number for you to call. But let me know in the group if you have any questions, and I'm happy to address them. You guys have a fantastic Friday. I am out.